It's Word Time with Princess.
The biggest prophecy that will determine your future are your friends. Show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are.
Every Sunday by 5 p.m. Follow us on this social media platforms: Facebook, Princess Chidiera Job; YouTube, Word Time with Princess. We inspire you to a great height.
Hi everybody, how you doing? How was service today? Just had an amazing time in God's presence. Okay, last week we looked at the one of the requirements for leadership. We talked about leaving a legacy, and I let us understand that leadership is not about how you want to live your life or what you want to do. Okay, you need to be careful of what you do now in your leadership position, so that when you are far gone, people who are coming after you or your children will not maybe bear the consequences of what you did, or people would when they remember you, they just hiss and wave things because you were not a good leader. So leadership is not for you to be the lord of people, okay? And as a leader, you need to be very, very very careful of what you do in that leadership position. Okay, so today we are going to be we are still discussing we are still on the topic leadership, okay? But we are going to be looking at two components that are required in leadership. We're going to be looking at two components that are required in leadership. Now, these two are vital and must be captured in leadership. First is credibility, and the second is competence. Now, they are the basic requirements for leadership. They are the basic requirements for leadership or in leadership. Now, these two are the basic requirements in leadership. You have credibility and competence, okay? All right, let's start with credibility. Now, one may think that competence should have come first. And one may think that, we should have brought competence first, but no, credibility. Okay, because a skillful person without character will destroy people with his skill. His ability will turn to a tool for wickedness. Now, this is the reason why credibility is coming first. Because a person with a skill without character, he will destroy people with his skill. It will turn to wickedness. He will not be effective, in what he is doing. Someone without character, cannot rule effectively. Okay, credibility in leadership is character. Credibility. I need you to understand that credibility in leadership is character. The foundation of leadership is character. Credibility in leadership is character. Now, the foundation of leadership is character. You cannot be effective as a leader without character. Okay. Character is the foundation of leadership. Character is very important in leadership positions. So, if you want to acquire leadership, first of all, go and cultivate character. Go and train yourself first. Before desiring for a leadership position, build yourself, develop yourself, build character capacity. Okay, a building without foundation will fall. It will scatter. That is why I said that their character, the foundation of leadership is character. So any building now without a foundation, you didn't lay the foundation well, will fall. The same thing in leadership. Character is willingness to sacrifice your pleasure for the sake of principles. Character is the willingness to sacrifice your pleasures for principles. Sacrifice what you want. Leadership is not about what you want or how you want to live your life, but what God wants you to do, or how you should lead as a leader. So leadership means sacrificing those things that turns you on, that excites you, because these are not the things you need in leadership. Because in leadership, it will get to a time where you need to make some certain sacrifices, where it's like you don't own yourself again. So in leadership, you don't own yourself. In leadership, you're not the owner of yourself, because you're living for the people. So you need character. Character means being one with yourself. It means not being double-faced. You are constant. Character means being one with yourself. It means not being a two-faced person. Not after saying something here, and when someone asks you again, you will change what you said. Not being two-faced. It's not being nice here, and then at the back you're talking against somebody. You're not a person of character. You have an ulterior motive. A characterless person is someone with an ulterior motive. A characterless person is a person with an ulterior motive. So if you're that kind of person that after saying something here, you still go behind somebody and still manipulate things, you're two-faced. So if you're someone of character, you need to be constant. You need to be constant. Your yes is your yes. Your no is your no. You stand on your decision. You don't manipulate things in leadership. You don't manipulate things when you're someone of character. Character is very crucial in life. For instance, someone who is saucy, someone who insults people, you just insult everybody you see. You're actually feeling too high of yourself that nobody can match up to you. If you don't take time, that thing will destroy you. And the people who are and the skill that you have. If you think that I am just like in the story of Queen Vashti and Queen Esther, when we talked about King Ahasuerus, when we talked about the anatomy of a slave queen, Queen Vashti in that story, that's in Esther chapter 1. If you read it through, you will understand better. Okay, Queen Vashti felt there was no one like her. She didn't have character. She didn't have what it takes to be a queen. A queen is someone of character. So if you're a leader, then you must have character. Now in that verse, in that place, in that story, you notice that Queen Vashti was too full of herself, that the King Ahasuerus sent for her, and she was feeling so reluctant, because she had her own feast, and then the king ate and the maidens and all of the let's say the PA of the king and all of them, they said, now they told the king that Queen Vashti should be removed. Now as a leader, you are an influencer. The same way a queen is an influencer, as a leader you are an influencer. Now Queen Vashti was removed from her place because they didn't want her to, influence those who are coming after her. They didn't want her to influence them wrongly. So a queen is an influencer. A leader is an influencer. Now, Queen Esther had the right approach. She knew what she was doing. She was respectful. A leader should be respectful. A leader of character should be respectful. You should have character. You should have morals. Okay. All right. God is character because He is one. Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Okay, you should never be two people. That's two-faced. You should never be two people. You should never be two-faced. Okay, Jesus said, let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. Let your yes be your. As a leader, please, there is no favoritism in leadership. You shouldn't say this person is my person, so you manipulate things. Then you're not someone of character. So before going for leadership position, build character capacity. Okay, the greatest battle is a battle between you and your other self. Deal with yourself before you take up a leadership position. The battle, the battle between you and yourself, that's the greatest battle, where you're struggling with being one. You're struggling with not lying. You're struggling with some certain things. So you smile here, and then where you're also supposed to smile there, you frown. I don't know if you understand that illustration. Okay, when you come to a meeting, you say things about somebody, and then you still go behind, you still go to that person and still say another one. So before you take up a leadership position, build yourself. Don't be easily manipulated. You shouldn't be easily manipulated as a leader. Learn to stand on your words. Build character. Don't be too high. Don't place yourself so high that nobody can reach you. Okay, deal with yourself before you take up a leadership position. Never desire power without character, because leadership amplifies your weakness. Okay, because leadership amplifies your weakness. Never desire power without character, because leadership amplifies your weakness. Now, please, I want to note something. I want to establish a fact here. Power does not corrupt. Power is not corrupt. Power does not corrupt. Power is not corruption. Power simply reveals corruption. It simply reveals who is corrupt. Power is totally pure. Power, it is totally pure. So what it does is, when you give somebody who doesn't have character power, it reveals that person's true intentions. Now, if you want to know how humble or how a true character of a person, give the person power and money. If you want to know if that gentleman or that gentlewoman is really, really gentle, place them in a position and leave them and see what will happen next. Because someone does not have money doesn't mean the person is humble. I don't know if you understand that someone is humble because the person doesn't have money. That one is not true humility. When you will know if the person is really, really humble is when you give the person power, give the person money, place them in a high position, and then leave them. Some persons actually waiting for opportunity to actually show themselves. So for you to know someone of character is when you give them power and money. Money reveals a man. Power also reveals a man. So power does not corrupt. It simply reveals corruption, and power is pure. Okay. So leadership amplifies your weakness. Okay, it helps. Okay, for instance, numbers and alphabets are called character because they are constant. Alphabet A in Abia is alphabet A in China, though can be written in different languages and dialects. So alphabet A is constant. It doesn't change. The only thing you could say is that maybe in different countries or places, it can be written in different dialects, but it is still that same A. It is still that same A. So please, in all your chasing, pursue character. Character is the greatest currency on earth, not money. Character is the greatest currency on earth, not money. If you don't have character and you get money, money will rule you. Money without character will destroy you. You will misuse it. Everybody has a voice, but money determines the volume. So if you're someone that if you're someone that doesn't have character, someone that has not cultivated character capacity, someone that has not developed himself, don't be so eager to get that leadership position or to be called the boss. Calm down and train yourself first. Calm down and cultivate some certain principles inside of you before seeking for a leadership position. So, okay, I need you to understand that credibility in leadership is important because nothing of great impact can be done without character. Did you hear that? Nothing of great impact can be done without character. Most dilapidated roads and buildings we have around us were built by leaders with zero value for integrity and impact. Most what that simply means is that most old roads or roads that are destroyed now, that are no longer good, were once built, all right, by leaders of zero character, zero value for integrity and impact. So before you actually go to do something, before you build a certain thing as a leader, speaking respectfully from the political angle and otherwise, before you actually try to want to reconstruct a road and then leave it and all of this, try to understand the impact it's going to have. Take your time. Don't just build the road and then don't just do it anyhow and then you leave it. Take your time and understand the impact it's going to have, what it may or may not cause to the people or the harm. All right. Okay, character in leadership is what makes continuity. Okay, is made for continuity. Now, I need you to understand that the reason for road construction every political tenure is because the leaders have no credibility. Every tenure, every tenure you see roads are being built, and then before, after the campaign, they will not even finish it. It's because of lack of credibility. If a leader builds a good road, leader B will face another project, and that will bring about continuity because no leader can complete all the projects in just 8 years. I mean, if one leader concentrates, if one leader concentrates and builds the road, finishes it, and then the next person that is going to come would now, will channel his strength and his attention to another thing. But you see, in a leadership position now, generally we are in the season of election. Now you will see a leader that will use a specific road for election, and leader will not finish it, and thereby causing accidents. Now, where a road is half built, most of them will just leave sand and all of those there, and they won't touch it again. Now, the reason why we have high rates of accidents and the rest of it is because the leaders do not have credibility, and they do not have character, and they do not have integrity. They lack impact. They are not impact conscious. Now, what is the impact of a good road? It helps in transportation. It reduces accidents. Most of the accidents that happen today are because of the bad roads that we have. Most of the accidents are being caused because of the bad road. And then you see a leader issue in the government sector. You see a leader who will issue an authority to remove people from where they are feeding from. Come on, a leader is supposed to be people conscious and not self-conscious. You know that this is their only source of livelihood. This is their only source of making ends. And then why take it away from them? Now, if you must be effective in leadership, then you need to go back and build character first. Build yourself. So the reason why we have leaders who keep building roads, using roads is because they lack credibility and they lack character. Okay, but when we have leaders who are impact and continuity conscious, we make progress and achieve something something for our place of influence or jurisdiction. So when we have people who are impact conscious, people who impact conscious and continuity conscious, we will see things moving in progress. We see things really improving. But because we do not have such people yet, that is why some things, end up happening. Now, if we have people who think, now, okay, leadership is for the people, by the people and for the people. Government is for the people, by the people and for the people. But we don't see that anymore. We don't see that anymore. So if truly you are a leader, in that sector, you are a leader with character who understands these things, then you need to put the people first, the people's needs first. What you do, how is it, you stop to think, what I'm about to do, how is it going to affect these people? Would their lives improve or go down? So by so doing, you will find answers. Okay. Lack of credibility is the reason for unproductivity. We have leaders that make promises and we will never fulfill it after they assume position. Lack of credibility is a reason for unproductivity. We have leaders that make promises and we will never fulfill it even after they assume position. Okay, they don't keep to their words even when they have all it takes to fulfill their promise. You have leaders who can never, fulfill what they say even after they have assumed their leadership position. And most times, even when they have the capacity to do what they said, they will still not do them. So first of all, people, I told us, I keep telling us that leadership is better caught than taught. Now people don't look at what you say or what you're teaching, but what you're doing. So if you must be a leader, then you need to first take the lead. You need to first of all take the lead for others to follow, to fulfill their promise. Okay, general elections is coming, so it's a season of promises, but obviously they are empty promises, except we have a man who has credibility. Now, generally now, we have general elections coming up. We are in that season. And obviously this is a season for promises. It's a season for promise making. It's a season of a lot of things. It is a season where you will see these high mighty men come down to even to help. For instance, please. So respectfully speaking, this is a season where a lot of promises will be made. A lot of things will be said. And this is also the season where these high and mighty men, because they are chasing after something, they are eager to get something. That's where you see them come down to for instance, fry a car with the market women, or help them sell their goods. And why? Because they have something they are chasing after. Now, credibility can only be possible if we have one person amongst them who has character. It can only be possible for us to have someone, when we have a leader in their midst, or someone in their midst who has character, who would actually fulfill whatever he says. Okay. Except we have a man who has credibility, who will say what he means and means what he says. Except we have a leader who will say when you say something, you mean it because you are it. So except we have someone who will say something and mean that thing because he is that thing. So today I encourage you, strive for credibility. Lastly, I encourage you, please. I encourage us, strive for credibility. Strive for character. Don't be in a hurry to assume that leadership position. Don't be in a hurry to answer ma, sir, mommy Gio. No, there is more to life than all those things. First of all, take your time and work on yourself. Take your time and strive for credibility. Take your time and build character capacity. Take your time and grind yourself, because character is the willingness to forsake your pleasures for the sake of principles. Character is the greatest currency on earth, not money. Someone without character, money will rule the person. The person will misuse the money. So please, today I encourage you, strive for character capacity, strive for credibility and character. Don't be in a hurry to, be the Lord of people, because leadership is not for you to be the Lord of the people. It's not for you to rule, but for you to serve. Leadership is a position for servants and not for people who just wants to get to the top. You get? So it's a position where you need to bend down and serve.
It's Word Time with Princess.
The biggest prophecy that will determine your future are your friends. Show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are.
Every Sunday by 5 p.m. Follow us on this social media platforms: Facebook, Princess Chidera Job; YouTube, Word Time with Princess. We inspire you to a great height.